Hey guys, you welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to talk about this trending documentary by the BBC I Africa about the late prophet TB Joshua. For those that don't really know who TB Joshua was, TB Joshua was a Nigerian prophet, a very big one, a teacher and a tele-evangelist. He was also the owner of Emmanuel TV, that's the network he broadcasts his church activities on, and the founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations, Koan. So he died 2 years plus ago. Ever since his demise, his wife Evelyn Joshua has been the one in charge of the church. So with this explosion by BBC I Africa about Skowan or TB Joshua being a cult leader, and some people that claim to have worked in the church came out to say they have been, say what they had passed through while working there. I just want to say some of the things they call out. They say it happened to them. I'll start with the very first one I find interesting. There's a girl in the documentary known as Ajoke. The girl claims that TB Joshua is her dad biologically. And others, same in the documentary, say that TB Joshua had an affair while still married to Evelyn, the wife, with the girls. This is Ajoke's mom, and Ajoke is the product of that relationship. And don't forget that TB Joshua is was a very respectable preacher or prophet. So to cover up or trying to do away with Ajoke, according to Ajoke and the people in the documentary, they said TB Joshua used to punish her, flog her, lock her up in a room for days, throw her out. A lot of things. You need to go and watch the documentary though. So my question now is, okay, let's just assume these things happened to her. Where I'm from, if a parent or somebody wants to flog you, like flogging you, definitely there should be a mark on your body as an evidence of the flogging. Because they use cane, either cane, like her, she said they use wire to whip her. So if someone should use wire to whip your skin, definitely you should have a scar. And that scar should be the evidence of you being punished or being whipped. So Ajoke, do you have a scar on your skin to prove that this thing actually happened to you? That's my first question. Because I'm a Christian and I have been watching Emmanuel TV. I'm not trying to defend. I don't know if such a thing ever happened. For me to believe these accusations, I just need people to come out with their evidence, not verbal evidence. I can fabricate anything and then say, oh, it happened to me. Yes, that's the world we're living in. That's the world we're living in. I can fabricate anything and say, okay, this happened to me. You raped me, when it's not true. Because that's the world. Maybe I'm trying to get something from you and then you're failing me to make you fall. I try to bring up something. So Ajoke, if you say your father, your supposed father, had so much beating you, tortured you, there should be an evidence on your skin. And we will, people like me that find this hard to believe, would like to see the mark on your skin. All right, another thing that really, intrigued me was the issue of the guest house, the church guest house. If you know Synagogue church very well, it's in Lagos. And if you know Lagos, Lagos is the most populous place in Nigeria. Everywhere, so many people. so many, like, accommodation is always a problem there. And Score One, because of the visitors, the not influx of visitors from all around the world, they used to have over 200,000 visitors in months. So they built their own guest house so that the visitors, instead of looking for hotels to lodge, which may be far away, and then they got trapped in traffic while trying to come to church. The man decided to, okay, let's design a guest house so that you guys can stay and be coming to church, which is very close, but you can just trackable distance to church. Somebody said the guest house was a huge business industry, that he loved money. Is it not money that they used to build the guest house? That's number one question. And was it supposed to be free? That's number two question. Are they not using, there's no power like a steady light thing in Nigeria. They use diesel, they use petrol, they use maintenance of the guest house. Is it not money that they are using or they were using to maintain the guest house? That's my question, because it sounds so daft to me, some things people say. Was it not money they used for the maintenance, the general running, day-to-day running of the guest house? It's money. And as you're coming, you pay for your lodging, get your space, sleep comfortably, and then come, go to church. So that question needs to be, is it not money they used in running the operation of the guest house? That's another question, that people shouldn't pay for the services. That's my own. And then, okay, fast forward 2014, the guest house collapsed, which it killed over 150 people, mostly South Africans. As far as my condolences to everyone that lost a family member. It was never a good thing. It was never a beautiful thing. It was a very sad one. A very sad one. All of us in Nigeria sympathized with every family that lost a loved one. But there's this woman from South Africa that said something, that the child was trapped in the rubbles of the collapse. The thing is, she said that she was not called by the church not until 5 days after the collapse of the building to be told that the daughter couldn't make it. Okay, for this woman, let me just explain something here. Let's just assume that a building collapsed, like a story building collapsed, and then people are being trapped. You will not know. Somebody that is staying out there, or call it emergency workers that are coming for rescue, may not know the total number of people trapped, may not even know the identity of the people trapped, except maybe, it's a close person to the person that is being inside and knows that the person was inside. That's when you'll be able to say, okay, my person is inside and is trapped, okay? So they called you in 5 days to let you know that your daughter couldn't make it. The reason was that probably they weren't able to identify your daughter on time. The second reason would be probably they couldn't discover your daughter on time under the rubbles, because the discovery took days, like the rescue operation took days for, the trapped people under the debris of the collapsed building be removed. It took days. So you should be thankful that, they even called you, or it's never a good thing. I wouldn't want anybody to lose a child. I'm not yet a mother, but I can understand the pain involved. I understand her, how she feels. But you need to also understand from the church angle that probably they did not realize the identity of your child right on time to inform you she could not make it. I think everything just need reasoning. Everybody should just not accept everything that comes out from the media and then swallow it, believe it to be true. Please, people, reason. Reason. And then there's another thing she said. The same woman said, South African woman said that after the call, the church, that's the prophet, tried to offer her some money, fiscal cash, which she rejected. Let me come in there again. We Nigerians, that's how we do. If somebody dies, and we know you're going to spend money that, like, you're going to cover the cost, the family is going to cover the cost of the funeral. Some relatives, some friends, some companions, they contribute money, and then please take certain amount, take this, so take care of yourself, add it to the funeral costs, and then do whatever you want to do so that you won't be in debt at the end of the day. So to me, I believe this woman misunderstood what help or whatever gesture TB Joshua was offering. Though it came in money form, she misunderstood the gesture. It wasn't to silence you. I don't think it was to silence you like you claim. It wasn't to silence you, because if you say it was to silence you, it was not just your daughter that died in that incident. Over 150 people died. Over 100. It was like a black day for Nigeria. It wasn't a good thing. It was a bad thing that happened. It was broadcasted all over the world. It was the news media houses carried it, online, offline, they carried it. It wasn't something that, that was secret, like a ritual. No, it wasn't. So they didn't give you money to try to silence you. That's my own understanding. It was just a gesture, a kind gesture. Please, sorry for your loss. Take this in case you want to bury your daughter. Add it up. Because another thing is, why people do contribute in this part of the world when somebody dies, like, offer little monetary gifts, is because sometimes you may not know if that person that died is the breadwinner of the family, okay? You don't know if the person that died is the breadwinner of the family, and his absence will automatically affect the family, the well-being of the family, financially. So with the little monetary help, at least you can start up, the people that are left over can set up a business. That's in a general sense, so not in this very issue anyway. In a general sense, for instance, somebody that is dead, the breadwinner dies, and then the church gather money and then give to whoever that is the next person in command. Start up a business. From that little business, you'll be able to survive. And then the absence of that person will not be that felt, especially when it comes to the stomach. You need to eat. Everybody needs to eat every day. You don't need to. So I guess what TB Joshua did was just like, okay, take this. I know you will bury your daughter. Add it up to bury your daughter. It wasn't to silence you. And she also said something about when she refused the money. And when she refused the money, the prophet, that's TB Joshua, called her and threatened her, saying that if she refuses the money, that the soul of her daughter will not be happy. Her daughter will not be happy, and her soul will not rest in peace. That the prophet also said that if she keeps thinking about her loss, that's the loss of her daughter, that she will lose everything. At this moment, I just feel there's a misunderstanding of the communication of the prophet. If you keep thinking about your loss, you will lose everything, could mean, this is my own understanding, could mean, Ma, if you keep thinking that your child is gone, being the mom, we know you're emotionally attached to the whole situation. Your blood pressure will rise and your health will be at risk. And you may even, if not well managed, you may lose your life, cardiac arrest and all. I'm not defending him. I'm not defending the prophet, but I'm just trying to like reason, not just accepting everything everybody's spewing out. I'm trying to reason here, people. Please do not judge me. I'm trying to reason. So please, this woman from South Africa, I really sympathize with you. I really sympathize with your loss. Let there be a closure. I pray the Lord will grant you comfort, because you're still much in pain and you need to let it go. It's hard, but please, you need to let it go. Let it just go. Let it just go. They also said that the women, most especially on this documentary, said something like they saw people raped. Women were raped by TB Joshua, and abortions were done. Because once you get pregnant, you have to terminate the pregnancy to protect its image and the image of the church. Wow, really? Really? Okay, this thing happened. It didn't happen to one person. It didn't happen to two. So many women, like you guys claimed. And all this while, nobody came out to say, okay, this happened to me, while the man was still alive, so that we hold him accountable. God, explain yourself. This is what happened. Why now? Why are you coming 2 years plus after his death and funeral, being buried, to come and say, okay, he raped me, abortion happened? One thing I know about ladies in church, let me say it. One thing I've always noticed in church, you see some ladies, if you go to Nigerian churches, you see so many women, women in church. Some of them are not in the church to worship God or to do anything. Some of them are there to do eye service. Yes, let me say my own. They are there to do eye service, get closer to the church, get closer to the church leader, so that they will make them next in command, so that whatever benefits, is there to be enjoyed, they will enjoy. That's what they do. Others, apart from that one, others get so busy in church so that they be recognized, and then some of them be flirting with the preachers. They've forgotten that the preacher is also a human being. He has blood flowing in his vein. They be flirting with the preacher, and when he falls, they come out to say, he raped me, he killed me, he did this. And some of them, they be playing along, they be loving themselves. But at the end of the day, when the preacher says, I don't want to do it again, it becomes a problem. It turns out, oh, he raped me. Oh, he made me had an abortion. Well, all these people that are claiming TB Joshua did this and that to them are only saying with their mouth, like verbally. There is no hardcore evidence. Hardcore evidence. A guy said he's been noticing women going to his office, and the women be bending down. And do you have a video clip? If you have that, bring it out, then we believe you. For me, I just believe there's a war being waged against the Church of God all over the world, and we Christians are falling gullibly for all these things that are happening. All the accusations, all the things that they say about men of God, we're just believing, we are criticizing them instead of praying for them. I need the evidence. That's my own. If you think TB Joshua did so much to you, did this and that to you, we need a physical proof that it happened, not a verbal proof, not a verbal claim. Okay? All right? To crown it all, the last thing that really, that one was like, wow, for real, you would do so much for people, but they will never appreciate you. If you would know, if anybody would know, go to and watch Emmanuel TV. TB Joshua was a man that is too generous. I've never seen somebody like that. Too generous. He gives too much to the people. Cash, food, even non-Christian. Nigerians that were refugees in Libya, they will come back. Even the government cannot even handle their case. He took it upon himself to help them, give them a new hope. Then somebody would say in a documentary that he never loved people. He didn't care about people. Because he couldn't get the pocket, that means he doesn't care about you. Wow. Well, this is my own kind of opinion and reasoning about this whole thing that is going on. Let me know what you feel, people. Please do not fail to subscribe, share, and like this video. I'm out.